Good morning, YouTubers. T-Square with T-Square Talks. Hope everybody's having a great day. Have I got a great video planned out for you guys today? Today, we're going to be talking a little bit about gold. I might blend in a little bit into silver, even though you guys know that silver is my favorite by far investment. I have to give credit to gold right now because there is some interesting stuff going on with gold. And I think we could see some big gold moves pretty soon. I'm going to show you guys what's going on in this video. Now, I've talked to a few different people about this today, and a lot of them have asked, does that mean we should be investing in gold instead of silver? And my viewpoint on this is silver will follow gold. It usually does. However, in the short run, we could see some nice jumps in gold. And some of y'all may have already heard about what's going on because this is getting a little crazy what's going on in the Bank of London. And so we're going to see. I know I got some subscribers over in that area, so I'm sure they're excited to hear what's going on, but I'm sure by now they have been hearing it because it is getting hectic. So with that being said, let's jump in and we'll talk a little bit about what we're going to be talking about today. If you enjoyed today's video, please take a quick minute, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button. It helps me out more than you know. Leave me a comment. Let me know your thoughts. Do you prefer gold? Do you prefer silver? Do you think what we're talking about today is going to take us into some upward movement on silver, or do you think silver's just going to kind of lay flat while gold gets to see all the glory? And I'd like to do a special thank you to all of my members of the page. I can't thank you guys enough for helping with the channel. If you'd like to become a member and you're not a member, it's only $1.99 to become a member, and a lot of cool perks with it. You get entered in for a lot of cool stuff, and plus your comments go right to my phone. So, and I'd like to thank everybody that is subscribed. So with that being said, let's jump in real quick. We'll just take a quick look at the prices right now. So silver got a little bit of an uptick today. Some people saying, well, obviously that's because the Fed stood up to Trump and they didn't raise interest rates. They didn't cut interest rates. They just held them right there the same, and nothing major happened. A lot of us knew they weren't going to raise interest rates, but I really thought they were going to cut, especially with the pressure of Trump coming down on them. But we'll see what happens and how that plays out. But $30.83, I'm not going to give it some, ooh, it's a huge uptick. It did go up, but I still think that, who knows? We could see something. A lot's going to rely on what happens with this whole Bank of London thing. And we still got the tariffs that should be rolling out on the 1st of the month. We'll see if they start rolling out. And it's going to be interesting to see how some of this plays out. Real quick, we'll take a look at the price of gold before we start talking heavily about it. Gold sitting at $27.61. Again, we saw a little bit of an uptick, but not a huge when you really look at it. Over the course of the last 24 hours. We saw it get beat down, and then we've seen it jump right back up. And maybe that was the opportunity to pick it up during that beat down. But at the end of the day, if it can go up a certain amount in a day, it can probably come down a certain amount in the day. And with what's going on, I really think that the big shorts on gold and silver might be incentivized to short the price a little bit in the near future. So we're going to see how that plays out, if we're going to see an onslaught of the price of precious metals. Taking a quick look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin jumping up a little bit today, closing out at, well, sitting at, I shouldn't say closing because it never closes, sitting at 105,000. So nice there. Taking a quick look at the DXY. Still not going too much higher from what we talked about yesterday, sitting at just under 108. I still think it really doesn't matter what the DXY says in the long run because everything is manipulated, in my opinion. But with that being said, who knows? We'll see how this plays out. So what I really want to talk about is gold. And the major thing that you guys may have been hearing is what's going on with the London gold market. So obviously they're having huge issues. People are asking for gold. They want their gold, and big shipments are going out, and a lot of it's going to New York, which is kind of interesting. Why is all this gold going to New York, and it's leaving the Bank of London? But they are kind of in a bind. And one of the things that I found funny as I was doing some research today is this is old news. I hate to tell you that. It's October 30th of last year, not super too long ago. Why did India secretly fly its 200 tons of gold stored in the England bank in England back home? So, what's going on here? So For those of you that didn't follow the story back when it broke, India was basically repatriating a lot of their gold. They wanted all their gold back. And, they were flying it back and forth secretly. And now they have their gold. But why all of a sudden? And did they know something back then that we didn't know? And now we're starting to find out. And, there's a lot of shorts in the gold market, not as many as in the silver markets. But like I said, if gold goes up, there's a good chance, in my opinion, that silver is going to follow. So anybody that's out there saying, and I hear this all the time, when gold prices go up, people always ask me, should I be more into gold? And, I don't give financial advice. I tell you guys my opinion, where I'd want to stand. I mean, I don't want to be more in gold. However, I would have no problems trading my gold to somebody for more silver. Why? Because I think silver is the play. I think in the long term. I don't think in the short term. And I know right now people are seeing short term. They're seeing the climb in gold. It's definitely been doing really good. I mean, I'm not even going to lie. Even when I go out and purchase stuff, I sometimes look at gold and I'm like, oh. Just tonight, I was looking at 5 1/10 ounce gold coins. And I said, do I really want to put that silver order in? Or do I want to just, get some gold instead? They're little 1/10 ounce coins. I like them. They're cool. But, when you look at charts like this is 1 month on gold. Gold has already started to move. I mean, it started early in the year. It started to climb. And we're continuing to climb. We're not back at the all-time high yet. But we are working our way. I'm trying to pull up. Here we go. So we're not back at the all-time high, but we are definitely getting into that ballpark as we didn't touch the all-time high, but we were pretty darn close the other day. All-time high for gold closing is 27.98. And we were, in the 27.80s the other day. So 27.85. So we got pretty not the other day, but about a week ago. So we got pretty close to it. I mean, sitting on gold right now at 27.60, it's looking pretty darn good as an investment, in my opinion. Not financial advice, just my opinion. And silver, though, I mean, think about it. Silver's still $5 off, $4.20 off from its recent last year high. But it's still $20 off from its all-time high. Silver has room to run. It just needs something to give it that little push. And once it gets it, that's it. What I find interesting is the huge amounts of volume that's been trading. I mean, look at the volume on silver just today. Those are insane numbers when you think about it. And gold is seeing high volume too, obviously, but it's more of a high volume consistency. I mean, let's zoom in real quick and just see what this is just today's volume. Look at them numbers. That's a lot higher than normal. So I think there's a lot of reasons why, but I think the biggest reason is I'm not convinced that London has all the gold that they have been saying. And people are laying claim to their gold. I hope that doesn't stay up. I was trying to find what I found most comical about this whole story. Let's see if I can find it with all these little things opening up. Gold stockpiling in New York leads to London shortages. I really wonder, why is so much gold flowing into New York? Some people are saying the official story is Trump tariffs. Trump tariffs are scaring people, and so it's basically they're ordering the gold to New York, and that way we're covered. Just like me, I ordered my new laptop and I ordered my new camera. Even though I had a problem with my camera, it got lost in shipping and they said I could get a refund. I didn't really want my refund. I wanted my sale price that I had the opportunity to get last year that I took advantage of, and it didn't come. So, but I bought those items before Trump got in. I actually bought them last year, and then they ended up saying, well, we'll give you the refund on it. It's no problem. But I'm still like, I would rather just have my item. So we'll see what happens. But I think a lot of people are like that with their gold. They don't want to pay the high tariffs, so they want to order them before the tariffs kick in. And that is driving a lot of gold into the United States. And that's probably a good thing, because I'm not convinced we have quite as much gold as we say we do. I mean, we haven't audited Fort Knox in forever. It only makes sense that where's all that gold? And here's a problem they're starting to see. There's a lot of borrowed gold out there. For those of you that don't know, I mean, if I need money, I can loan my gold to somebody, and they get my gold, and I get maybe some interest payments, and I get the cash now. I could take that cash and go on another market and buy more gold. And I could buy paper gold if I wanted, or I can buy more physical gold. I take more physical gold, let's say, and then I loan it out to someone else. And this cycle continues going around. But the thing is, everybody thinks they have more gold than they do. And at the end of the day, who's going to actually have the gold? I mean, you look back in history, you know, just because someone wants to repatriate their gold doesn't necessarily mean they're going to get their gold back. I was actually reading one of these stories earlier. Don't really remember which one. I was going to highlight it for you. But they say they blame it all on logistics. You know, these gold shortages, it's not really that there's a shortage. There's plenty of gold out there. It's just trying to get it to another place. It's causing huge amounts of logistic issues, and who knows? That where was somewhere in this article, I think. Oh yeah, right here. So and so, I don't know if that's Hercules. I don't know how you pronounce that, metals, highlighted the logistical challenges associated with transporting significant gold volumes, especially from Europe to the U.S. I wouldn't be surprised if they come up with some kind of I'll say a gold crypto, a gold blockchain, if they don't already have something in play where every piece of gold is accounted for in a blockchain. Because when this system, I'll say, blows up, because it's gonna, a lot of people are going to be pointing fingers on what happened. How did they have this much gold loaned out? How do we stop that from happening again? And then all of a sudden they roll out some blockchain that if you justify you got 1 million ounces of gold, and then all of a sudden you get 1 million coins, and each coin represents gold. And then you don't have the logistics essentially associated with it, because then you don't have to, you just send your coin over and, you know, your blockchain, and that's it. And now you have it. But the thing is, the truth of the matter is, why would you want to mess with any of that? When you have the opportunity to hold precious metals in your hand, there's nothing better than holding it in your hand. You have no counterparty risk. That's one of the things we talk about a lot on the channel, is counterparty risk. He who has the gold makes the rules. And that's the true thing. I actually heard that motto from my dad when I was really young, but he wasn't a stacker. He didn't even understand the motto of what he was saying. He who has the gold makes the rules, and you're sitting on a pocket full of fiat. You know, yeah, you might have a bunch of fiat currency in the bank, but it's gold that is the key. Gold and silver. I'll say silver too, but I know a lot of people, you know, that follow the channel are really pro gold, and that's okay. Because if you're pro gold, you're pro silver, the two metals have a lot of similar properties. You know, they're both going to be a hedge against inflation. They're both going to be something that you can hold. It's a tangible asset. And I'm not at all worried right now about, you know, is there going to be a better opportunity to buy gold? Are we ever going to see a dip again? You know, if you've been stacking for a while and you've been purchasing a little bit here and there, don't panic. Don't panic. That's all I could say, you know. Even I sometimes want to rush out and make a purchase because I see something crazy happening. Right now, I'm trying to play it slow. You guys know that I've told you before, I'm remodeling my house, and I'm trying to, you know, kind of tighten up a little bit on all spending, even though when you spend money on precious metals, I don't view that as spending money. I mean, I had one comment one day that said, here this guy is, he's saying he's living paycheck to paycheck, but yet he's showing, 100 ounces of silver there that he just picked up. You know, you can't take both sides of the road. Either you're on one side of the road and you recognize that gold and silver is money, or you're on the other side of the road and gold and silver is not money. You know, paper is money. I'm a firm believer that gold and silver is money. Unfortunately, society does not have that understanding. And that's what's going to put them in the hardest spot, I believe. When this whole market blows up, essentially, all these short positions get called out, and they don't have the gold or they don't have the silver, and people start wanting to lay claim to it, like is happening now with gold. You know, a lot of this gold has to be delivered. They don't want paper anymore. They want the gold delivered physically to New York. Well, now we're going to start to see a little bit of action. And I really think that's actually good for America. I think that's good for, you know, wherever the gold is going, whoever's buying it. Maybe it's everyday individuals. Maybe it's big banks. Maybe it's companies. Maybe it's the country itself. But as long as the gold is moving back into the U.S., that's a good thing. The more we can get here, low-key, blame it on tariffs, blame it on war overseas, blame it on anything you want to blame it on, as long as the gold is flowing back into the country. Gold will be the key. And if you're holding some gold or you're holding some silver, you're going to be in a good spot when this all eventually erupts. And it will erupt, believe me. You know, a lot of these, I can't remember the term they used to say. I don't know, when it comes due, whatever. But it's coming due pretty soon. And we're going to see how this is going to play out. With that being said, not a super long video today, only about 16 minutes. So I thank everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you didn't hit that subscribe button or that thumbs up button yet, please make sure you take a quick minute, hit that thumbs up button, and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. And if you'd like to become a member, like I said, it's only $1.99 right now. A lot of cool perks. And if you want, you can check out our Discord, where a lot of us meet up on Discord and we throw out different information and we'll post stuff, and it's a cool site for those of you that have Discord. So thank you all for watching. I will see you guys again. I will put the link to Discord, an updated link, in the comment, or not in the comments, in the description below. So I thank everybody for watching, and I will see you guys again on T Square Talk. Take care, everybody, and have a great rest of your week.